Joining me now from Glen Ellen, Illinois is Liz Repking. She's the founder of Cyber Safety Consulting. Liz, is there anything that's really going to change after listening to Frances Haugen's troubling testimony, especially when it comes to protecting our children?
Well, something has to give. Kids are one of the primary target groups for Instagram. It's where they spend their time. It's where they connect with their friends. Right now, as a lot of parents don't realize, is that there is a 13 and older age limit, but it's not enforced. So from a step forward, I would love to see the platform at a minimum start finding ways to technically enforce that age limit so they can get even younger users off of the platform.
Frances Haugen talking about Facebook, she basically goes on to say their profit maximizing machine is generating self-harm, self-hate, problems confirmed repeatedly by Facebook's own internal research. We know about depression, anxiety. I can tell you as mother of two young girls, they're not so young anymore, but they were at some point, body image issues and constantly thinking their lives were not perfect enough. Haugen says the buck stops with Mark Zuckerberg here. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. I mean, he has the power. He has built enormously powerful tools for all of the world to use in positive ways, but there are negative implications to how those are used and who's using them. I fully agree with the segment about the algorithms. The algorithms are constantly monitoring what each user clicks, likes, comments on, and then gets content fed back to them. And the whole objective of that is to attract users and then hold them there. The longer the platform can hold a user there, and that's why they feed us the content that we like, the more money they make in advertising dollars. So I do fully agree with the whistleblower that the chase for more profit is overruling the moral decision of how to make this safe for young users, for all users, but primarily for young users.
Liz, talk to me about Section 230 reform and how it relates to algorithms, and is that going to be enough?
I'm not familiar with the section. Like I said, how they curate the content for users is important because that's what keeps, and all platforms do that. What really, again, if they feed us what we like, we will stay. As an adult, I hopefully can make some mindful decisions about how long I want to be on a platform, what I want to see. But a younger user doesn't have that mental development in order to make those decisions reasonably. Again, I think the first step is starting to enforce age limits on the platforms, which they absolutely don't have a good way of implementing and enforcing those age limits.
And what is your advice to parents who are so concerned about the amount of time their underage children are spending behind screens?
Well, I think that there's a couple components to what I think parents need to do. One is they need to generate a conversation. A lot of the issues that were brought up in this story, the effects that Instagram is having on younger users are things like self-confidence, body image, eating disorders, and those are things that we as parents need to understand. What are our children going through? So step one is for parents to be involved in what their kids are doing online. Know where your kids are, what they're doing, look at their devices, see what apps they have downloaded. Step two would be follow them. Make it a condition. Make boundaries, make limits to how long they can be on it. Make conditions of, if you want to use this platform, you need to allow me to follow you and see what you're doing on there. Because I think that as a parent, we can get clues into what are our children struggling with? Where is the anxiety and depression that we see in them? Where is it stemming from? And if parents are seeing what's happening in the children's online lives, it's one step closer to being able to have conversation, giving them the tools to manage not only the technology that they're going to have to learn how to manage in their life, because the technology is not going to go away, but it also leads into those conversations about the important issues that we want to address our kids about, our self-esteem, body image, depression, anxiety. And so much of those conversations stem around the technology they're using.